Hi, welcome to Unique Home by Trisha. I am Trisha. I am a DIYer. I do many things for my home. I've had a lot of friends recently ask me how to make a ruffle wreath. So I am going to be recording today and showing everybody how to start a ruffle wreath for the very first time. Let's see. You always want to make sure that you have all your supplies with you before you start any project. In today's ruffle wreath, we will be using brown burlap, and I will also be using a wire wreath form. Make sure you also have your measuring tapes. Anything that you would like to add on the wreath, anything at all. Today I will be adding a welcome sign. I will also be adding probably 2 different kinds of flowers. Haven't quite figured it out yet. We tend to play with our wreaths and things as we design. So let's get started. Again, welcome to my first YouTube video. So I hope you guys like it. Yes, I'm nervous as heck, so just excuse that. We'll just keep going. Okay, you guys, so here is my brown burlap. This is 5.5 inches wide by 30 feet long. What I'm going to do is I am going to take one of these are pipe cleaners, that's what we call them. You can get these at any craft store, anywhere you want to go. Sometimes even your local department stores have all this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 5.5 inch wide burlap, and I'm going to fold that in half, okay? So right here where we have our exact half, we're going to take that and we're going to start in our inner ring of our burlap. And I am going to put the burlap on the second rung on the wreath form, all the way down here to the end, and see how it's perfectly in half, exactly where we bent it to measure it, so everybody can see that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I am going to put it through both ends of the folded burlap here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, push both pipe cleaners down, okay? This is how we are going to hold the burlap tight to the wreath form. So we're going to pull it down here, and we're going to twist tight at the bottom. Perfect. Now just leave those 2 wires hanging there. Now, bring your wreath form back down, set it on your table or wherever you're working. Move this out of the way so you guys can see. Here's how we're going to begin our very first ruffle. Okay, so here we have our burlap that's folded in half properly right here. What we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we keep the burlap perfectly straight as we're doing this, and so that both sides of the burlap is equal. So that as we're pulling the burlap and making our ruffles will be perfectly even because we're bent perfectly in half. Okay? So pull, straighten it out, make sure we're even here, and then pull this way. Pull, straighten it out here, and then pull this way. It's very neat. This is a very, very exciting way to do a wreath. And the best part is, you guys, anybody can do this. Anybody can. Anybody. So we're literally making our ruffle wreath. Look at this. This is fantastic. Look how we're coming along here. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to keep doing our ruffles, okay, all the way until we get to our very first bar here. And then I'm going to show you how we cross the bar. Okay, so we're checking our ruffle wreath, and we're pulling our burlap out. We're pulling our burlap. We're making sure we're perfectly even. See how I make sure it's perfectly even on this bar here? And then I pull this way. So come here, make sure we are perfectly even again, and pull this way. Pull some more burlap. Make sure we're perfectly even, and pull this way. more burlap. Make sure we're perfectly even and pull this way. Now, you can do as much or as little burlap as you would like in between each bar, in between here, this bar, and this bar. So you basically, you can make your ruffle wreath as full or as not full as you would like. I am going to try and do it just medium size, okay? So I'm not going to go too full. I will probably use about a half a roll of burlap on the inner rung. Okay, you guys, I'm getting to, I'm going to pull this up so my camera lady can see. I'm getting to my rung here, okay? My separation rung. Here's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to go like this, and we're pulled tight here. We're right here at our separation rung, and here is the burlap from both sides. Let me show you. Here's the burlap from both sides, okay? So now we have to pass this rung and come back over to here and keep this looking nice, okay? So here we go. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come just like this, guys, and pull through, okay? And we're gonna pull the burlap. We're gonna pull it tight. And here's where we're gonna pick up. We are literally going to come back in here and pick up right around it. We are going to fix this and start pulling tight. Pull tight. Match them perfectly right here. Slide over. Gotta get it straightened out here. Match your burlap perfectly. Slide over. Match your burlap perfectly. Half and half. Slide over. Match your burlap perfectly, half and half. Straighten it out so you don't have anything down here. Slide it over. Half and half. And slide it over. Half and half and slide it over. Now what we're doing right now, okay, by making sure that there's no bumps right here, as I say, straighten this out and then slide it over, what we're doing is making sure that all of the burlap is literally even through the entire wreath form. So when you're done making the wreath and you separate all the ruffles, one side of the ruffle isn't longer than the right side, excuse me. So that's why we're doing that. So again, make sure we're straight here and then pull tight. Okay? Again, make sure we're straight here and then pull tight. Again, make sure we're straight here and pull tight. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let you guys go here in a second. So I'm gonna finish the wreath. I'm gonna do this all the way around on this inner rung, on this right here, on the second inner rung, okay? Now, when you are done, literally just come in here and cut this off. And then what you're gonna wanna do is close it up exactly how we opened it, you guys. Literally separate your burlap right here and literally separate it and run these wires through the bottom and over the bar and then twist tight. That's exactly how we're going to finish it, the inside. And then we're just going to start the second outer rung exactly like we started the first. But I will go back over it with you when we get there. When I get there, we'll come back. I'll come back and I'll show you how to close the end up and we'll pick it up from there. See you guys in a minute. Hi guys, we're back. I am finishing up here. I'm moving this out of the way over to this side now. I am finishing up here on our inner ring where I left you before and I told you to go ahead and finish. I'm finishing up here. So I thought I'd bring you back while I go ahead and cross over and do the last one. And we're going to finish together We're going to finish the first rung together, and then we're going to start the second rung together, and then I'll let you go ahead and do all your ruffles, and we'll come back again and we'll finish our ruffle wreath together again, and we'll decorate it. So what I'm doing right now is I'm crossing over this bar again right here, right at the corner. So it's our last one while we finish the inner part of the wreath form. What we're gonna do again is make sure that we bring all of our, I have to go check on Gabriel there. So again, we're gonna make sure it's even here. Sorry, I'm listening for my baby while I'm doing this. It's not a baby, but all my kids are my babies. Anyway, so here we crossed over the rung. So we're meeting half and half here. We're gonna make our burlap equal and half in size here. So our ruffles are even. Crossing over to our second to last here rung. Oh my goodness. Arguing with the freaking burlap. Jeez. Okay, so we're making sure we're even. We're pulling half and half. And you guys, when you go over the rungs, the four corners, it's difficult. But just keep arguing and fighting with the burlap, and you'll get it. You'll get it, and it'll look great. You know, you just have to have patience. That's all. A little bit of patience goes a long way. Oh, look. Dropping my little thing here. Okay. So, finishing our burlap here. Almost done. Almost done. See how I'm making sure I have half the burlap. Pull it up through here. I have half the burlap. You know how I said I wasn't going to use all the burlap? I lied. Looks like I'm using all the burlap, you guys. I'm going to go thick on this one. And I'm going to bring out some other burlap too. Okay, so we're almost done. Now, okay, we're almost done here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut my burlap. Literally, we're just going to go like this, y'all. See? Cut it off. Now, it's really, really fun and really easy. See, we're literally half and half. So you take the rest of your burlap, make sure it is all even. It has to be perfectly even, half and half, okay? Take your pipe cleaner. Now, see how this is moving on the bar a little bit, but it can't go anywhere because I have taken my pipe cleaner and I have gone through both sides of the burlap, just like this, going through both sides of the burlap. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over this bar here, bring this down here. I'm gonna grab this side and this side, and we are going to twist that and we're gonna tighten it. Do it from afar for me. Okay, so look you guys, here's your inner rung. You did this. You just did this. This is your inner rung. Now, we haven't separated the burlap. You can't see really the whole ruffle, but that is exactly how you start a ruffle wreath. That is exactly how you end it. It is that simple, that fun, and that easy to do. Now, I'm gonna help you out real quick, and we're gonna go ahead and start the outer rung of the wreath form. And I have plenty of burlap, so if I need more, like I said before, do whatever you want, however you want to do it. Now I'm going to start at the same exact spot I started in the front, just because I'm weird like that. So I'm going to start on the outside, on the outer rung. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this burlap right here. See? I'm going to pull this piece up on the inside, right up next to the outer burlap. Okay? That's how we're going to do this. That's how we're going to do this end. So the inner burlap is going to help hold the outer ruffles as well. And then this second to inner bar is going to go ahead and hold our burlap again, just like we did the first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut another pipe cleaner, and I'm going to go ahead and twist it right here, you guys, okay? And I'm going to tie it on to the rung, and then I'm just going to keep going on the outer, and then we're going to finish it. So I will be right back. I'm going to do the whole outer rung. It takes me a little while, and then we'll pick up right there. So I'll see you in a minute. We're back. I'm just finishing up here. Like I said, I am going to finish up on the corner. I use the entire roll, like I told you I lied before. I use the entire roll. So I am finishing up here on this rung. And then we are going to fluff it together. We're going to fluff. We're going to fluffies together. Now, fair warning, y'all. When you pick up this wreath, when you're done, it may look really wonky because you have to fix it. You have to adjust it. Okay? So don't be like, oh, it looks terrible. Because it doesn't. It looks great. You did a great job. It really does. It looks great. Okie dokie, y'all. We did it. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to cut another piece of pop cleaner. Going to slide this through both of my burlap pieces. Find my other piece down here. Oh goodness. It's a tight squeeze there. Here. And go like this. Twist that. We'll cut all those pieces off at the end, and we'll hide those later. So, wonky. Can it get any more wonky? Right? Right? Wonky. We're going to adjust all this together. Ready? You're going to take your ruffles. You're going to take your ruffle wreath. No. You're going to take your ruffles and you're going to start separating your ruffles, guys. Okay? My camera lady's moving in on me here so she can show you. She's showing you we're separating our ruffles. Okay? Go in here. Separate all of our ruffles from our burlap. Now, this was a wire wreath form. It's really light. This isn't real light anymore. This has all 30 yards, I want to say, on it. The entire roll I put on here. So we're separating these guys. Separate the outside, separate the inside. There's just 2 layers. Okay. If you do have multiple rolls that you add on, because some people like really, really, really full wreaths, if you want to add multiple rolls, go ahead and do that. It's very easy to start and begin with this ruffle wreath. It really is. You can add as much as you want. Ruffle wreaths, guys, are also absolutely fantastic. And see here, if one seems to be bigger than another, you can pull through to the other side. You can pull the other one a little bit and adjust it. It's really neat. That's why I love these wreaths. What was I saying? Oh, yes. That's what I wanted to tell you guys, okay? These wreaths are absolutely, like, amazing for storm doors, okay? Okay, I'm fixing this because I don't like the way this looks right here. So I'm going to go back and adjust this and adjust my inner one. Okay, y'all. All right, we're here. Okay. I am loving it. So loving it. These wreaths are amazing for storm door. I know I just said that, but I'm busy. That's what moms do, right? Okay. These fit great in between like a front door, back door, where you've got a glass storm door in front of it. It's perfect in between them, and it doesn't scratch the glass. It doesn't scratch the grass, you guys, since there's so much grass at your front door. Beautiful, beautiful. I can adjust all this. Actually, I'm gonna do that now. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm so excited. This turned out beautifully. Yes, it won't scratch the glass, and it's thin. It's not thin. It is, but it's not. It's thick. It's a nice, thick, heavy wreath. Here's the back, so you can see the back. It's a nice, thick, heavy wreath, okay? So it'll fit great in between two doors. It also looks great from afar. It's nice and thick from afar. Okay, so what I wanted to explain to you guys today is, remember when you're working with outside wreaths and outside decor. This is a pine piece of wood, this welcome sign. It's 100% pine. It's very thin, very light, which is great. What I did is, you can grab this at any store you want. Anything. I'm not going to name specific stores. I don't want to do that. But any kind of craft store, arts and craft store, any kind of, your local store up there. You can grab these. Now what I did is I came home, I sanded it, and then I went ahead and painted it brown. I used an acrylic exterior paint, okay? Because this will be on an exterior door. And then after I painted it, I went ahead and used my sanding square and made it kind of look distressed. That's what is adorable right now. And I love it. And then I went ahead and sealed it with a exterior sealant. And it's a shiny sealer. It's shiny, but it's not. It really turned out really well. So anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this on here, right in the center. So I'll put that there, I think. I'm going to use hot glue. What I'm also going to do is I am going to use some flowers, y'all. Flowers. So get your wire cutter. Hoorah! Okay. So I'm going to push the greenery all the way up to the top of the flowers. And I've had my hot glue gun warming up here. I hope that she's working. And I am going to use 2 different kinds of flowers, I think. That's fun. I'm going to use 2 different kinds of flowers, I think. I'm also going to use sunflowers. The puppies are hungry. Say, feed me dinner, Mom. It's not very nice of you. I'm coming, babies. I'm coming. Let's see. See, someone that's a perfectionist like me. Every ruffle has to be perfect. You guys. Oh, there we did. There we did. Ruffle me. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So, and I'm sorry, am I going really slow for you guys? I try to go really fast. I'm trying to go fast, I should say. So, I'm going to take these guys off of here. Cut this a little shorter. She's not hot. She's not hot. My hot glue gun is not getting hot, y'all. That might be a problemo. Look, there's one flower. She's not getting hot. That's for sure. There she came. Do I want greenery on this flower too? Let's see. Play with your decor, you guys, okay? Sit here and play with it before you glue anything down. Sit here and play. Am I warming up? I can't tell. Okay. Play with your stuff. Oh, that is so fun. I think I might go right in the middle. Oh, you goodness, you guys. This is so fun. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I am loving. Do I want more greenery on this flower? I can't decide. Do I want one? Do I want one? No, I think I'll go without because I have greenery here and in this one. So I think I'm going to glue these in like this. Oh, I'm getting hot. Yeah. Okay. And yes, this is how I am all the time. This is me. Okay, you guys. So we're going to glue this on, okay? Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Are you ready? We are ready to kick it. Okay. All right. She's almost ready for us. So I'm going to put the glue on the E and on the W. And see. Oh, it's hard to squeeze. Shaky, shaky. Alright guys, I'm going as fast as I can here. We're not hot enough yet. So, and it's shaking. It's squeezing so hard. Perfecto. Don't be afraid of the glue gun, you guys. I mean, you know, it's hot. Yes, I get that. But don't be afraid of glue. Really. Especially if this wreath is, if your decor, anything you're making is going outside. You know, I'm going to get one of those hot glue tubs. I love those. My girlfriend has one. Okay, so I am gluing this bad boy to my wreath. So we're going to start with our welcome sign that we painted with exterior paint. We also sealed it with exterior paint as well. So then what we're going to do is we're going to put glue right here, y'all. Okay? Right here, we're just going to load it on up. Load it on up. Load it, load it, load it. Load it, ladies and gents. Ladies and gents. Woo! Having some fun with the glue gun. There be one flower. Beautiful, beautiful. Now what we're going to do is we're going to push that up there as close as we can. Fill this with glue. And I'm getting low on glue, y'all. I have to stock up before I go live or before I record again. So beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, get all your little glue stringer majiggers out of there. Okay, almost done, you guys. You've done a fantastic job. You are doing a great job. I'd love to see everybody's afterwards. If you could keep following me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right there and follow me. There will always be new videos. I will upload probably 2 to 3 times a week, at least twice a week. At least twice a week from here on out. I'll be loading up multiple wreaths. If there's a certain specific wreath that you would like me to make for you so that you can see how to make, please let me know. Be more than happy. If I don't know how to do it, we'll learn together. How's that? We'll do it together. And that way we can kind of laugh and joke and have fun together and figure it out. Wouldn't that be fun? So guys, subscribe to me. And follow me. Now look, you guys, I was letting this settle for a minute. Here is your welcome wreath. Here is your ruffle welcome door wreath. This is what she looks like. This is a spring. I'm going to put this, I will have this in my Etsy shop. You guys, I am going to call this my spring welcome wreath. I think that's what I'll do. That'll be the name of my Etsy shop. Just so you know, every single thing that you see behind me that's hanging up, including the wreath in my hands, everything you see here is in my Etsy store and a lot more. Like I said before at the beginning of the video, I do a lot of DIY projects. I was extremely nervous, so please bear with me. But it will get a lot better. Like I said, I do a lot of DIY projects. This is just a sliver, a tiny sliver of things that I do. So it'd be great if you could come follow along, join me. I have a lot of fun. So that's about it, you guys. Here's your ruffle wreath. It was a lot of fun to make. It was a lot of fun having you here. And every single thing that you need to make a ruffle wreath will be in the description below this video, okay? And remember, before you start a project, always have your supplies already ready. Always have everything ready to go, okay? It's just much easier that way. I'm trying to remember anything else. Don't forget to stop by my Etsy store and check me out. And I will see you guys next time.